King Eurystheus ordered Hercules to travel north into Arcadia, where a dreadful flock of monstrous birds plagued the land. Their wings were bronze, their beaks sharp as spears, and their cries echoed like death. These were no ordinary birds. They feasted on human flesh and stripped crops bare, leaving famine in their wake. Villagers trembled at their shadows sweeping across the fields. Hercules accepted without hesitation. He had seen beasts of fang and claw, but now he would face death from the sky itself. His gaze was steady, his spirit unyielding. He set out at dawn, crossing rivers and valleys until he reached the marsh of Stymphalian. The air was heavy with mist, and silence pressed down like a curse. The villagers of Stymphalian begged for his aid, their homes shattered by talons. From the marsh reeds came a sound like 1,000 spears scraping together. The bronze wings of the birds flashed in the dim light. He raised his club, but the sky was alive with wings. Striking blindly would mean death. He needed a way to bring them down. The swamp itself seemed to aid the birds. Each step sank Hercules deeper into mud, while the creatures swooped freely above. Despair whispered, but Hercules' spirit roared louder. He remembered Athena's gift, a sacred rattle forged by Hephaestus, built to terrify. Now, their weakness was revealed. As they fled the marsh, Hercules saw them more clearly. Armored, yet vulnerable. Creatures of flesh beneath bronze. Seizing his bow, Hercules knocked arrows swift as lightning. He fired into the sky, each shot guided by years of battle. The survivors regrouped, diving with fury. Their talons slashed like knives, forcing Hercules to block with club and shield. Though blood streaked his arms, Hercules stood firm. Each swing of his club smashed a bird into ruin, feathers scattering like shards of bronze. One by one, the monstrous birds fell. Their cries grew weaker, their formation broken beyond repair. Victory edged closer. Finally, the last bird screeched and vanished into the clouds, never to return. The swamp grew silent, except for the sound of Hercules' heavy breath. The villagers emerged, voices rising in gratitude. They wept and sang, for the nightmare in the sky was gone. Hercules had given them back their land. Though the swamp was cleared, Hercules knew some of the flock still hid in distant skies. To end the threat, he must hunt the last of them across the hills. The survivors circled high above, watching with cruel intelligence. Their shadows streaked across the land like blades of night. Hercules followed their cries into the hills. his breath steady despite exhaustion. He moved like a predator stalking prey. The bird swooped suddenly, bronze feathers flashing in the light. Hercules spun, arrow already knocked, reflexes faster than thought. One bird struck his shield, claws raking across bronze. Sparks showered, but Hercules braced and held. He countered with a mighty swing of his club. The bird crumpled mid-air, bones snapping under divine strength. Still, others swarmed, faster than arrows alone could kill. Hercules kept moving, drawing them into open ground where their speed meant less. The clash turned into a dance of sky and earth. Birds dived like daggers. Hercules met them with steel, wood, and unyielding will. At last, the survivors faltered. Their wings beat slower, their cries weaker. Fear, once their weapon, now betrayed them. With one final volley, Hercules' arrows pierced the sky. The last of the Stymphalian birds fell, crashing into the earth. Silence followed.
Look up, everyone!
Heavy
What is
and
that?
complete. They gathered around Hercules, praising him with gifts of bread, water, and flowers. He accepted with humility, bowing his head to the people he had saved. By the swamp's edge, he gazed upon the bodies of the fallen creatures. Their metallic feathers no longer glowed. They looked less like gods and more like broken beasts. Word spread quickly across Greece. Messengers carried tales of the hero who fought an army of metal-winged predators and won. Songs began to rise, shaping legend from truth. At dawn, Hercules rose from the marsh, his body scarred yet unbroken. The golden light of morning touched his lion-skin cloak, and for the first time in days, the sky was clear of wings. He left the battlefield quietly, without demanding reward or praise. Behind him lay silence where screams once ruled, and rivers of mist where terror had flown.